We're live again. We'll see if this works now.
We'll see.
See if people jump back on and let us know. We just turned off one sound source and connected to another sound source. So we'll see what happens. And you can tell us if we're pop on live again. And we got one person jumping on, 6 people jumping on.
Let us know if you could hear us.
Yeah, let us know if we got done. I've never had an echo before, so
That thing doesn't even have a light on.
because that thing's not on. If you
Oh.
can see, there's no power going to it. Sound is back on. So is it on and not echoing? So sounds good. Looks like we're live and on again. So we're here to announce once again. We did last month. We did an Eckasan giveaway.
So what did the person win?
They won a 3x4 sander. It's like a $500 sander, and we're going to announce tonight live who wins that sander.
But they won more than a sander. They won a bag and a whole bunch of abrasives, so it's a $615 value.
So I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
So they won more than just a sander.
Yes, they did.
And then we're going to be giving away this month, because we're already into this month. We just put it out today. We're giving away.
It's a short month.
It's a short month because we're already quite a few days into
We're
it.
behind.
You have 19 days to enter to win the Titan ED 655 sprayer. So we're giving that away. Why don't you, so who's providing all these products to give away now?
Paint Life Supply Co.
So yeah, so if you didn't know, like Titan's not providing the sprayer, Unita's not providing the sander, Paint Life Supply is the one providing all the products that we give away. So another big
Go
giveaway.
Paint Life Supply Co.
Go Paint Life Supply Co.
So
who the heck owns Paint Life Supply Co?
who?
You tell us, Lisa.
You created it because people on YouTube wanted to know the tools you were using, and so you decided to start making like the game-changing tools available. And then in 2020 you realized, you know what, I want to make everything that's in my trailer available to painters, and if they want to purchase it, we'll make it available. And so that started the whole process of renting a space, opening a retail store.
So I think a lot of people don't even know. I think not very many people know Paint Life Supply Co. is actually owned by Lisa and I. Our girls run the store. So McKenna is a customer service manager. Afton's a procurement specialist. So it's a family owned and operated business. We decided to start doing these giveaways once a month, these large giveaways, just as a means to give back to the painting community, because the painting community has been really good to us. So we gave away a Titan 440. Then we gave away
I think it was a 410.
A 410. Then we gave away an Eckasan sander, and then we're giving away a Titan ED 655 this time. So we're giving away tools that we feel are amazing tools.
And I think we should give away a couple gifts.
We're going to
have a big winner announced tonight. So if you entered to win the sanding kit, stay tuned because we're going to be announcing that winner soon.
Yeah, and so in order to enter to win these giveaways, you got to follow us, because the links to enter are always available on our social media, like Facebook.
What's your Facebook page?
It's Idaho, the Idaho Painter. Paint Life Members is our group we started. So those links are always available there. Instagram in our profile, the giveaways are always available to enter right there. So find the link there. So there's a lot of places to find the link to enter. We don't want you to miss out on the giveaway. So we want you to have an opportunity to win. If you follow Paint Life Supply Co. on Instagram and Facebook, Afton runs that, and she's doing weekly giveaways. So every week you have an opportunity to win something. So don't forget to follow that.
On Paint Life Supply Co.
Paint Life Supply Co. Facebook and Paint Life Supply Co. Instagram.
Yeah.
Afton's doing weekly giveaways. So
that's a good chance to win.
Yeah. So you can always win something every week, or you can, and those are smaller items. The big item is a monthly giveaway that we're doing. So
we have Freedom Trucking School with us. He says, appreciate all your knowledge, brother. So I'm curious what Freedom Trucking School is. Like if you actually teach on how to drive
maybe
trucks.
I should become a trucker. That would be interesting.
You know what? The world needs truckers. So
we do.
I am very thankful for the truckers that come to our store every day. and pick up and take stuff?
So Joseph, he gets on. He says, "I'm late. Did you talk about the sprayer?" So, the live show kind of got messed up. We just started, and then we had bad sound, so we ended it and restarted. So the Titan, the ED 655, is a sealed hydraulic pump. It's what we call like a diaphragm pump, and the ED 6055 is very popular with a lot of guys that do cabinet refinishing, or guys spraying lacquers, or expensive products that you're not using a lot of the product. So it's fed through the top. It's got a pot on the top, so you can actually put just low amounts of very expensive products in the ED 655. It's a sprayer that runs continuously. It never stops running, so it's always running. And you don't get dead banding or hourglassing when you're spraying and stuff like that. So if you want a very consistent, spray pattern, the ED 655 is an amazing pump.
So I'm not a painter, but I think what we do know is you would not use it to paint the outside of the house.
Correct. You wouldn't use it to paint the outside of the house because I've got to message.
So we are going to be announcing the winner of the Eckasan sanding kit. And then our daughter, she doesn't know that we're on a live show, so she just keeps calling both of us. So we're going to give away the sanding kit, but I want to give away a couple of gift cards to our store. And then we want to make sure that you guys know, I mean, you have a good chance of winning. Like if you go to play like the lottery, it's like 1 in a couple 100 million or something. I mean, this is like 1 in like 1,000 or something like that, right? I mean, it's not that many people.
Yeah, so I'm messaging her. We got like multiple things going on here at once, so
we do. It's okay. So Jeffrey Cherry Senior, thank you for all your painting tips. They've helped me tremendously. So Jeffrey, thank you for sharing and for being with us. We'd like to give you a $50 gift card to Paint Life Supply Co. How would he get it, Chris?
That's a good question. So go to our online store, Paint Life Supply, and down in the right-hand corner is our chat icon. And if you didn't know, that's how you can actually chat with us live when we're awake and working. So a lot of people have questions about the store, or questions about how to do this or that. You can chat. It goes right to my phone. And so right there, you just get on there, tell us what you want. We'll verify it to you, ask you for your email address, and then we'll email your gift card. And it's that simple and easy to do. So you can see it, like I can see my battle wounds right there pretty good. In the
video. Yeah, we need to get insurance on his hands.
Yeah,
he did paint.
We found out I need to get
Friday on Thursday. Does anybody, this is a question, does anybody have their bodies insured? Like, because if you can't keep doing what you do, tell us, and then Chris will tell you why we're thinking about insuring his arms.
Yeah, I was put out of commission for about 3 days. I'm going to try to work out today because of these battle wounds. If you, what happened, you can see there, and up under there. So those are my.
Of a dog fight.
Oh, you gave it away.
Oh. Don't get in the middle of a dog fight, or you can get bit. And dog bites, do they hurt? Yeah,
our 2 little kids.
They're
I would say they're
kids?
so little, but they got mad at each other, and I tried to separate them. And
don't do that.
I ended up in the ER, and one of the dogs ended up in the ER. So
yeah, not good.
I wouldn't recommend, get in the middle of a dog fight, but if I didn't get in the middle of it, one of them probably would have got killed. So,
but that's why I have mace, because that would have stopped them.
Yeah. What did actually stop it? McKenna decided to get in the middle of the dog fight too. And
Paul cooks with us from London, and it's 1:39 in the morning.
Whoa! So Paul's.
How are you doing in London?
He's up late or up early.
Yeah.
So
do you guys have paint shortages in the UK? How are things going for you guys here? Like to hear
so that. Is the ED 655 paint for painting cabinets as good as the Cat Spray 115? So I'll tell you, completely 2 different things. A Cap Spray 115 is an HVOP sprayer, so high volume, low pressure. An ED 655 is a seal hydraulic pump or a diaphragm pump. An ED 65 is going to be probably more plug and play, simpler and easier to use. A Cap Spray, you're more than likely going to have to thin everything you add to or spray with it. And we got this is one of the puppies that
got in a fight.
Got in a fight. So
she didn't get hurt because you did.
Oh, she got hurt, but she didn't
Not
get
bad.
in the hospital. She wasn't as bad as me. But and so you're with an ED 655, you're not going to have to thin any of your products. Way faster cleanup time. HVOP gun, takes a lot more to tear down and clean up versus an ED 65 is going to be an airless gun. You're just going to run, water through the system. It's going to clean up pretty fast. And an ED 655 is I would highly recommend you not use it for 2K polys because it's always running and heat's rising up. And if you catalyze it, it's going to kick off the catalyst a lot faster.
Right.
So if you're using 2-component products, probably not recommended to use. But if you're spraying lacquers or water-based coatings that aren't 2-part, it's an amazing option to use. So it's kind of, if you're familiar with using HVOP sprayers, the Cap Spray 115 is an awesome sprayer. The Apollo LE Pro is the best I've ever used. So yeah.
So I have a couple questions here, and this one said, I have very bad tennis elbow from spraying 60-unit apartment building. Is there any tips you can give to not like different guns, not heavy, or is there any tips you can give to help your body to not get as bad as tennis elbow?
So there's, a couple things, you can do. And one is having a good whip on your gun, and then always have a whip because it's going to be, less
You're fighting it?
tension on the gun itself. So have a good whip, and then the next thing is have a gun with a really light trigger pull. So a Titan RX Pro is a very light trigger pull. A heavy trigger pull like a contractor gun or a contractor 2 gun, which is probably the most durable guns you can use. They're pretty heavy trigger pulls, and they are going to cause probably tendonitis. So a lot quicker.
So the tools can really help you or hurt you. So I think for
there's
him,
another thing. Like I rub a Voltaren. If you've never heard of Voltaren,
it's at Costco now.
You can get it at Costco.
It used to be prescription.
It's good. Yeah, it used to be prescription, but it's good for arthritis and around your elbow and forearm. It actually works really, really well. So when you're spraying, put it on at the evening, rub it on, and it works really, really well.
So since he's having some problems, and you told him like getting a hose whip or a better gun, I think we want to give Mackenzie, what do you say that? Worth?
Let's see. Works.
Okay,
Works.
We're gonna give you a $50 gift card to our store. Tell him again how he could get it.
Go to our store, Paint Life Supply Co. That's the store owned and operated by us. Go down in the right-hand corner, the little chat icon where you chat, with us live. Just click on that and tell us what you want. We'll verify it's you and that you want something, and then we'll ask for your email so we can email you the gift card. So simple and easy to do.
So we are going to be announcing the giveaway shortly of the Eckasan sanding system.
Yep.
And then we do have now available live. They can try and apply for the ED 655 on your social media. There are ways to apply. But I have this one question for you. I'm kind of putting you on the spot, but that's what life's about sometimes.
That's what live shows are.
Yeah. So this one guy wanted to know if, I'm trying to find the exact question, but maybe I won't find the exact question. But he wanted to know, have you ever thought about joining the PCA, and what are your thoughts on it?
I actually had joined the PCA at one time. I was a member. Of the PCA, I went twice to, once in, I think, Savannah, Georgia was one of them. And then, another one was somewhere else. I can't remember where it was, Texas. And, the very first time I went, I thought there was a few, good things. I think they had their little round table thing that I thought was pretty valuable, where you moved from table to table and you got to talk to individual, painters and stuff, and share information. I thought that was a really valuable thing.
Are you a member now?
I'm not a member now, so
why did you choose not to be a member?
I'll say, like, I went to a lot of their courses both times, and I gotta say they were both times repetitive. It was the same thing the second time as it was the first time, and so there was really nothing new. But I felt like I was being sold something every class I went to. It was just somebody promoting their product, and they weren't. I feel like I didn't learn and gain much value out of it. I just felt like they wanted to sell me something that I didn't need, and so I don't know. That was just my opinion of it, and so I've been to. We just recently went to another event not that long ago.
But that was a good one, the residential
yeah,
forum.
The residential forum, that was actually, that was a pretty good thing. I got a lot of value, out of that. But
it's expensive.
It's really expensive. So when you go to that one event that they have every year, you're gonna drop a lot of money to go and attend, and it felt like they just every time you turned around they wanted money for something, but that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
So
well, you were asked, and so you shared it.
Yeah.
So not a member anymore. Don't see the value of the fee.
I didn't see the value. I mean, I thought I was paying a lot of money and not getting very much value to it. So.
Jonathan Carter likes your shirt. So show your shirt.
That's one of our newer designs of our shirt right here, and this is.
I think Jonathan Carter. Since you love it, we sell that on the store. I'll give you a $25 gift card.
And you can get one.
And you can get one. How is he going to get it?
Go to paintlifesupply.com. Down in the right-hand corner, get on the chat icon, tell us what you want. Somebody just told me that they're a commercial company, and they said if we had shirts in high visibility colors, that they would actually buy them. And if you don't know what high visibility colors are,
bright yellow,
those lime
bright
green.
Orange.
Like bright orange, lime green. So I'm gonna have this actual shirt with this logo. It'll be black on a lime green shirt, so it'll be a high vis shirt available, out there. So for those commercial guys that have to wear high vis shirts, we'll have an option for you. So
that's a very cool idea. Very cool. So you told Jonathan how to do it?
Yeah. So somebody said, "What's the best paint for painting metal?" So there's
DTM.
Well, direct to metal, so there's a lot of companies just make a lot of. DTM is kind of. I was
proud of myself. I knew something.
Is just a generic, term for just, I would say like most paint companies have a DTM, a direct metal product. I would say one of the, probably, and as much as I don't like oil-based products. Last year I tested a Rust-Oleum product because I sprayed a lot of iron fences, in my career, and a lot of metal doors. And as much as I hate oil-based products, the smell, the cleanup, I did an iron fence with Rust-Oleum. They're oil-based industrial enamel. I did an iron fence in a church, and then I did an exterior door on a commercial building with their spray can.
Oh my gosh!
Ice spray can. That door, 2 years later, has no scratches, no nicks, no dings. It's a high traffic door where there's a lot of deliveries coming in and out. It's still high gloss, no scratches, nicks, or dings. It's absolutely the bomb. Those wide angle spray cans, they spray a fan about this wide, unbelievable. And for iron fences, I'd highly recommend that product. I shot it the iron fence with an Apollo Pro LE sprayer, dialed it on the spray pattern down, and then I was running at 4.5 psi pressure, and it was pretty close to a brand new car lot. I wasn't worried about overspray. Nice, I wouldn't say dead calm, but a little bit of wind, and no overspray anywhere. Absolutely amazing.
So that leads me to in Boise, Idaho on Thursday, it was like 75 degrees. It was a gorgeous day.
It was amazing.
And we got a little bit of a sunburn, which was nice. I mean, it's not good getting sunburn because we're old, but it was nice. And today or no, Sunday we woke up and there was snow on the ground.
Yeah.
So we're having a cold front in Boise, Idaho.
Yeah.
But on Thursday you were painting.
I
When I was watching you paint, just to be honest, I was like, should I go tell those people with the cars to move? And you're like, no. And you had your big, nice truck right next to the building, and you didn't get overspray on anything. Could you tell me what tip you were using and sprayer, and tell me about this project?
And so I did it purposefully. It was
Yeah.
it was a commercial building that was super high. I mean, I had to, spray it with a 24-foot ladder. And my brand new truck, 2022, Chevy Silverado, I had parked.
No, I'm getting
So,
the heater's running.
oh, don't fall. So I parked the truck, and I was, purposely to show you, and I did a video talking about controlling overspray. So I wanted to, talk about it, give you some tips and tricks controlling overspray, and then show you that, what I was doing, worked practically. So I was spraying with a 515 tip. So it was a brand new 515 tip. I was using a craft cardboard shield holder. I was using cardboard shields, and it was maybe there was a slight breeze outside, but I was using a Graco. I think it was an X17, X17 or X7, a little do-it-yourself kind of. I mean, just a low-end sprayer that you would get from your local do-it-yourself box store, and there's no overspray. So I was showing you how you can control overspray. It's spraying high over the top of a building on corners. Truck was right there, and there was no overspray on the truck.
But the thing is it was a commercial building, so there was people's cars just right around the corner. So that's where I was a little like.
You asked me, should I go ask the people to move their cars?
Yeah.
And obviously they're in the store.
Yeah.
How you would ever find that person? You'd have to do an announcement, say, would you come out and move? I wasn't concerned about it at all.
Yeah.
I knew how to control the overspray. I was going to come up to the corners, and I was going to use a craft cardboard shield holder
And you did.
and and I think one of the cars was, a BMW, something like that. I mean, I wasn't concerned one bit. So I do over the top. You can see, silica dust and some of the overspray, how it was kicking up. And I did it a couple times, watched where the wind was blowing, which way it was carrying the overspray. When I was going over the top of the building, did I need to shield that? It was blowing it over the top of the building. What people don't understand is when they see the videos, we're using water-based paints. It was a dry, warm day. It's not humid.
It was a really warm day. It was so nice.
And before the paint would, if there was actual wet droplets, it would dry before it hit my truck, and it would just dry as dust. So it'd never stick. But it flash dries. If you're using the proper tip, you're not using, if you use a blown out tip, the droplets are going to be so big, they're going to be big enough they won't dry.
Explain that, because some people are like, oh, I don't want to buy another tip, but you actually go through more product if you're using a blown out tip.
Yeah,
right?
so I you go through more product because the tip. I did a video just recently. I think I already posted it, and it's on when you should replace your tips. And what's interesting is a 515 tip. One of the major manufacturers of tips came here to our academy and showed me the study, the independent study that they did with their tips and the other two major manufacturers of tips. And the tips, a 515 tip of all the top end tips after 20 gallons was blown out to a 517 tip. So within the first 20 gallons, all the tips blow out rapidly to a bigger orifice size. And then the curve kind of like slows down a little bit. But as you're using it, paint is an abrasive. It's you have to understand, there's clays and stuff in paints that wear these tips out, and they wear them out like pretty fast. like a 515 tip after 80 gallons, you know, depending on the paint you use, it could be like a 519, a 521. And what happens is that instead of having, you know, a nice oval pattern, it starts to blow out into a circular pattern. And then the droplets of paint, the paint isn't getting atomized properly. And you have to understand, a tip atomizes the paint. It crushes, you know, the paint as it comes through the tip into tiny droplets that, you know, transfer. Yeah, it transfers to the surface, you know, properly. If the tip is blown out, you're going to get heavy droplets hitting the surface coming up. The droplets are going to be heavy enough that they're going to fall down to a roof, get overspray on a roof. They're going to fall to plants. They're going to fall to cars. So you have to replace your tips. You have to understand this, that if you're running 100 gallons through a tip, you're using more paint. At 100 gallons, you're going to be, you know, wasting in a day a gallon of paint, and a gallon of paint is going to be $60 to $100. That could just half that cost could pay for another tip. And so it's more cost effective to every house or every 2 to 3 houses maximum replace your tips. If you want to control overspray, you know, if you're using 30, 40 gallons on a house, just add that into your cost. And you know,
Then it's
change
not a
your
big
tips
deal.
out. Yeah.
And you're talking about overspray, and you're talking about using the cardboard shield and the cardboard holders. And somebody on the chat's asking, where can I get those? Don't we sell those at paintlifesupply.com?
Yeah, so everything you see in my vehicles, that's why I started the store, was to make all this stuff, you know, available to you guys. So I opened up Paint Life Supply Co. I own, and my family operates the store, and we make all these tools available. There's a lot of things in my vehicles painters have sent me to test. And I'm like, wow, these things are absolutely amazing. We want to support the painters creating these tools. That's why I developed painters for painters helping painters. And so, you know, we're painters out there trying to help the other painters creating these tools that can't get them. You know, it's not easy to get a tool that you created into Home Depot, into Lowe's, into Sherwin-Williams, and it takes years to do that.
A lot of money.
And a lot of money, and you're not getting the likelihood of getting them in is almost impossible. So, you know, if it's a good tool, we evaluate it. We want to make it available to you, and so you can find a lot of really cool tools at Paint Life Supply Co.
So, there was a question. So let's announce the giveaway winner, the Eckasan sanding kit.
Yeah. So one guy says he's old and slow and wants to know how he can keep from killing his neck spraying a ceiling. So the wider the tip, I like spraying with a 619 HEA tip. And
why the HEA?
HEA gives you nice feathered edges instead of hard edges, so more likely to get lap marks and tailing and stuff like that, because ceilings are extremely difficult to spray. But you can use an extension pole, like a high extension pole, so you don't have to look up and keep your neck kink so much. And those extension poles or multiple gun extensions are going to make it a lot easier for you to spray.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a good answer.
I just got a cardboard holder, but can't find any cardboard. So
that's what I was just saying. We sell it at the store.
We sell cardboard, boxes of cardboard. We sell, I think they're 50 per box. We don't sell them individually, but we sell them by the box.
So and we sell the cardboard shield holders.
Yeah, we sell the shield holders. So best interior, exterior clear coat for front doors. So I like Helmsman water-based spar urethane is an absolute amazing.
I think that's Lincoln from our local, and he's
Lincoln Curtis.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thanks for being with us, Lincoln.
Yeah.
So, do you get that from Sherwin-Williams?
So you can get. I think I'm not sure if I think Home Depot is the one that sells that product now. I don't think Sherwin-Williams. Sherwin-Williams has a tendency to find good products, start selling them, and then copy them. So
are we going to do the giveaway?
Yeah. So we use our sprayer, the Titan ED65, we use an app called Gleam. So Gleam, makes it all the links and stuff and it tracks everything, makes it so you track, and then everybody that enters and stuff like that, and it makes it simple and easy to do. It's an app we pay for. At the end of the giveaway, we hit a button that says select winner, and it just randomly selects the winner. And so we are going to randomly select a winner. Lisa's going to announce the winner if she can pronounce the name.
I
So
cannot pronounce
we're
that
gonna
last name.
it's randomly selected. And I'm not sure if I can say the name that it's selected. So
Why can't you say it?
that's a difficult name.
Okay,
So
we can spell it.
the winner of the Eckasan is Stephen.
Sanding kit.
Eckasan Sanding Kit is Stephen Michael Kazanjan?
Kazanjan.
Kazanjan?
Kazanjian.
So he's
Congratulations.
from Colorado. So Gleam selected him as our
You
winner.
are the winner of a sanding kit.
And one of the cool things, it says how he actually, one of the entries he did to actually win, because you can get multiple entries. He'll get emailed. The application will email him, but one of the things was if you just go visit our store through the link, then so that's what he did. He went and visited Paint Life Supply Co. through the Gleam app. It entered him, and that's the way he won, was by visiting our store.
So lucky him, because right now I know people are having problems getting paint.
I don't know if Steven's on. It'd be cool if he was on.
But right now we're sold out of those sanders, so we only have the one that so we'll mail it to him tomorrow.
We set that one aside. What's crazy is the Eckasan 3x4 sanders. As soon as we get them in, we sell them out within a couple days. I mean, and as fast as we get them, we sell them. So they're if you do any cabinet refinishing, even interior trim sanding, I mean, they're absolutely, the 3x4 is a must-have. You'll be blown away. It'll make sanding cabinets actually fun and enjoyable.
So
dustless.
The people that didn't win one, we're sold out right now, but on our store, there's a notify me button. And so when things come back in stock, you receive an email. So if you want to purchase one, go to our store and push the notify me button. What else has been sold out?
We got Boone from Texas hanging out with us. So
Titan sprayers have been sold out too for a few months.
We can't even get like Titan sprayers. They're out like 18 weeks for a sprayer now if you want a sprayer. So Titan 440s, Titan 410s. I mean, it's unbelievable. You can't. There's a lot of things.
We have Tritechs in stock.
Tritech is a little bit easier, and I don't know if not a lot of people even know what a Tritech sprayer is. So if you didn't know, Tritech is the only airless sprayer that's 100% made in the USA. So these guys were engineers that actually worked for Titan, that left, went into, I believe, the aerospace industry.
So the story goes. I mean,
I heard that story from some people from Tritech. I've never been able to verify it, but they started Tritech, and it's and is kind of this little side project and hobby. So you're going to see a little bit of similarities with Titan sprayers, but you'll see some similarities with Graco sprayers too. But one thing you will see with a Tritech, it's like the tank of sprayers. I mean, it could bounce around your vehicle because there's nothing plastic on it. It's all metal, CNC metal, and everything inside and outside is manufactured in the USA. So if you're really big on made in the USA, there's other major sprayer manufacturers that say made in USA, but they're actually, all the components come from like China and other places, and then they're just assembled in the USA.
Yeah. So somebody wants to know, can you spray polyacrylic through an airless sprayer?
Yeah, I've sprayed anything and everything. So I've sprayed it through an airless sprayer. Yeah, an airless sprayer, you can spray epoxies, you can spray stains, oil-based products, lacquers. There's so many different things you can spray. It's just the cleanup. You can spray 2K products, catalyzed products, non-catalyzed products. It's just, you just got to pay attention to pot lives, what to clean with. You can spray alcohol-based products, through airless sprayers. I've sprayed it all. There's nothing. Elastomerics.
Somebody
rock
hasn't been
fillers.
having much luck with his Apollo lately, so I wonder what's going on with that.
Yeah, the Apollo is an amazing, HVLP sprayer. So if you have any questions, they have great tech support. We can, help you out if you got any questions. But their atomizer gun is the best gun I've ever used spraying with. But back with Tritech, so I actually have a T4, a T5, and a T9. I got rid of my T9 because I had too many big sprayers. But I've had tested, used Tritech for a lot of years. So if you're in the market for a sprayer, Paint Life Supply, we do sell Tritech and Titan and Apollo.
So we only have one ED655. They're all sold out. So if you want that one or a chance to win it, make sure it's live till the end of this month for your chance. You got to enter to win, to have a chance to win.
Yeah, so that ED65 is the only one we have, and we can't even get one for like 4 months. And so that one, we're not even going to sell. We're giving it away. So
yeah, I was going to increase the price, but he wanted to give it away.
Yeah, I have, like somebody says Titan 440 is always my go-to. I think I have like 5 Titan 440 sprayers now. So small pumps, absolutely amazing.
So Daniel says, I keep having issues with striping when I use my HVLP to spray polyacrylic. I adjusted the sprayer every way I can think of, but it still leaves stripes. Not sure what I'm doing wrong.
Which sprayer is that?
Apollo.
If it's leaving stripes, so he said he adjusted his sprayer.
She.
Oh, she.
Yes.
I think like one of the biggest issues with spray patterns and getting this proper spray pattern is thinning your products properly, and then using the proper needle and nozzle and cap size for the product to start off with. And so Apollo has like recommended needle nozzles and caps, and so you're going to go right down that chart, find what you're using. If it's going to be latex, lacquers, or whatever, choose the needle, nozzle, and tip, and then needle, nozzle, and cap. And then from there, it's kind of like a painstaking process to dial it in, thinning your product. But the thing is once you've thinned it and you keep a record of where it eventually sprays perfectly fine, then that's what you always thin it to. So like when I was spraying Renner 851, I dialed it into, I was using a Ford 4 cup. I dialed it into viscosity, pouring it in using a Ford 4 cup. It was 34 seconds was the time that I wanted it to be thinned to. And once I knew that ratio, then every time I just thinned it to that. But I'd always tested it, make sure it's each gallon that it was 34 seconds, because there's a little, if it's 80 degrees, now the viscosity is going to be one thing. If it's 100 degrees, that's going to change the viscosity. If it's 60 degrees, that's going to change the viscosity. So you do always got to test it. And so, that's one of the drawbacks to HVLP spraying. But one of the benefits to HVLP spraying is you got these expensive products, way less overspray. You can dial your spray pattern in to actually, draw your name, which you can't do with an airless sprayer. You're wasting ton of product, when you're doing furniture in cabinets, and you're using like a 310 tip and you're doing the side edges of your doors and stuff. So you save product, you save a lot of dust on the ground from airless sprayers. So it's a lot more dusty with airless versus HVLP. But if you're using super expensive lacquers, you can use a gravity fed cup gun with like PPS cups that you can spray small amounts of product with. So an HVLP sprayer is very versatile, but until you really dial it in, kind of a little bit temperamental. But it all comes down to thinning your products and thinning them right. So, and once you learn like that process, it becomes very fast and easy, but there's a little learning curve to it. Versus airless sprayers are just plug and play. You just dip it into the product and just start spraying. I don't ever thin anything running it through an airless sprayer.
So Robert says, do you have to edge out a texture ceiling with tape? How do you do so if it doesn't bleed?
I don't like, I always hand cut. If somebody asked me that somewhere on YouTube is, you know, I, mask, door jams, window trim, baseboards with frog tape. So we use a lot of frog tape to get perfect lines on there, but we always hand cut in our ceilings. So our ceilings, like ceilings with textured ceilings, flat ceilings, the ceilings are never that 90-degree turn is never consistent. It's never the same. It always rises and always falls. The texture in the line is never perfect. It ceilings always look best when a human can actually cut in that line and cut in that line where it's necessary, where it's going to look best from the eye when you're standing down and looking up at a ceiling. Now, when I'm teaching new guys how to cut in the ceiling, and this is kind of a phenomenon you have to understand. If you side by cutting onto the ceiling, a 1/16 of an inch onto the ceiling, and you step back, it's going to look perfectly straight. The only time you can see if it's wavy or crooked is if you get up against the wall and look. Now, if you side by going a 1/16 down on the wall, and you step back and look at it, if your line isn't perfectly straight, it's going to wave. And so I always side by going a 1/16 of an inch up on the ceiling. And the only way you can do that is and do it as it rises and falls and where it's going to look best is to use human judgment. And so, and with the brush, works best with a brush. It's really difficult to mask tape, and to me, the line always looks not, I would say, natural and doesn't look the best when you use masking tape to do a ceiling line. And that's just from years of experience. Somebody asked just a little bit ago how long I've been painting. I think it's been 25 years, somewhere around that range. I've been painting, and I grew up in the construction trades. I started when I was around 12, in the trades.
So you mean you're only 37?
Yeah, so I started in the trades at a very young age, went to college, and went and did a desk job with a suit and tie. Ended up going back in the trade, so I wasn't consistently in the trades. I framed.
Well, for over 20 years, you have been.
I've roofed for many years. I did a lot of different things, but eventually fell into the painting thing, which has been pretty good to me. So.
Yeah. Well, I think we are about.
I think you should do another giveaway. I think you've done a couple.
I did 3.
You can do one more.
I'll do one more giveaway. Congratulations to, what was his name? Michael. What was his name?
What
was his first?
Michael Steven.
Michael Steven.
And I don't know if Michael Steven K.
From Colorado. Congratulations. You won the Eckasan sander.
So Ghana. I don't think we've ever had anybody from Ghana on our live show. So, I mean, that's how it's amazing just sitting in front of this camera, how many people you can reach, teach, and educate was absolutely insane. And how much we could actually learn because people all over the world come and share with us. So it's pretty cool. So thank you so much. I've been begging for people to answer this question.
So that was the question you did about blind. So I think it would be.
About what?
About cutting in the ceiling line.
Yeah.
So I think it would be good to give him a gift card.
So Robert Borberg. So in getting back to that question.
How much of a gift card does he get?
We'll give him a $50 gift card.
$50 gift card. How does he get it?
Go to Paint Life Supply. That's the store owned and operated by us and our family, and just go down to the chat icon, click on that, and you can get a hold of us. Tell us what you want. We'll email you and ask, or you'll ask for your email, and we'll email you the gift card. So getting back to that, over the years, I would much rather teach my guys, how to mask, because I can get them cutting in straight lines around those things that are not as difficult, like the baseboards, the door jambs, and the window trim. And so we teach them how to use frog tape and even caulk, and use clear caulking and frog tape on those. But the thing where I always feel the best painters, you do need to have the skill of using a brush. because I'm a firm believer in ceiling lines being, hand brushed and cut in. I personally believe, hands down, that looks better. And that's as you become a better painter. I think that's one of the skills to really master is hand cut in ceiling lines. And our kids that I taught and in the trades and stuff, we get guys on a sprayer super fast.
So
And
this guy says, what's your opinion on people that say professional painters don't use tape? LOL.
I completely disagree. And
Yeah.
so I just I don't know. I just think that's such a set out of ignorance. So here's the thing, and I've said this before and talked about it. We're in the painting business to make money, and I think I can take. And right now, there's a massive shortage of painters in the trades. You can't even get. Right now, you got to pay somebody $20 an hour that has zero experience painting and stuff. And so to take somebody and put them in painting, and you already don't have enough painters to do the amount of work that you got. How do you get them painting baseboards, door jambs, and window trim, the walls around those things, and get perfectly straight lines within 2 to 3 weeks? It's going to take somebody years to learn how to cut in those things with a brush. Years, 3 to 5 years. It's thousands of miles of cutting in that you got to do. Now I can within 2 to 3 weeks teach a college kid how to cut those lines in with frog tape and clear caulking and get perfectly straight lines every time right now, and it becomes a valuable member of my team within weeks instead of within years. And so that's the value of tape. Now, when
Look, I throw this out. He says it's like a professional draftsman don't use rulers. It's like saying a professional draftsman doesn't use rulers.
Oh, rulers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the same type of thing.
It's like saying a professional painter doesn't use an airless sprayer. It's like, there's still painters out there that say I brush and roll everything. It's like there's a time and a place for everything. There's a reason why we don't use rotary dial phones anymore, because they're not as fast and efficient as a cell phone. There's a reason why we don't ride around on horses anymore, except for enjoyment, because a car gets you to the location a lot faster. Frog tape, you can fight it all you want, but frog tape is going to make you a lot of money. You can argue that you can cut in a line faster than I can mask a line, which is just simply not true. You can argue that frog tape is too expensive, and that's ridiculous, but the amount of money I spend on frog tape, using it far outweighs how much money I make with 5 college kids in there whipping out perfectly straight lines every single time on baseboards, door jambs, and window trim. It just, I've proved it. Many painters all over the world have proved it. I'm not the only one that uses these methods. People have adopted this all over the world. It's the people that just want to fight and argue with it that won't give it a try.
But it's interesting they fight technology, but yet they're fighting it using iPhone.
But I think, they're texting me telling me it's ridiculous. They're using their iPhone doing it. But the thing is that you have to understand that I'm still promoting like our guys. When you eventually, because there's a time and a place for everything. People just saw me recently hand brushing some trim in a 1950s duplex. And some people just went to town butchering me over it because I've said, I spray trim, every time. And you have to, that's taken a little bit out of context because there's a time and a place for everything.
There's always exceptions to the rules.
There's always exceptions to the rules. And I've been a person since I started my career to break the rules. And in this home, there was certain reasons why I had to do what I had. I wanted to achieve a certain look. And so I was brushing and rolling trim, and I showed like a 20-second clip of rolling the baseboard, but didn't show what I did before and after. So a lot of people took that out of context and really went to town about it. But our best painters are the guys who I think one of the top skills is cutting in a ceiling line. When you can cut in a ceiling line that is acceptable for me, you're probably the most valuable painter on the team. And so, trust me, you guys out there that use a brush, I understand you're awesome. I would hire you, and but I also hire kids, man, that can run a roll of tape, man. That's and they're valuable too. So.
Well, I think that was a good way to end
That was
the
a good
evening.
rant,
That was
huh?
a good rant. So if you want to win an ED 655,
Yeah, how can you do it?
go to Paint Life members. If you aren't a member, ask to join, because the whole point of that platform is a place for you guys to come. And the questions, we could answer every question that was given to us today, but you go to Paint Life members, and there's over 10,000 members. And ask them, share your work. I mean, we want you guys to take pride in your work. We want you to be encouraged and to be supported. And we have awesome, what are they called? Moderators.
Moderators.
I just saw
yeah.
Alan Rashecki. He's a moderator.
His name's Rahesky.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know how
I don't
many
know.
years
Well,
you've been saying
it's, I don't know.
I'll go with
something's wrong.
Alan.
Sorry, Alan.
I'll always correct her, Alan.
Yes. And I always try. So anyways, make sure and go there. But if you go to the Idaho Painter on Facebook, if you go to our store, I mean, you don't have to go far. You go to our Instagram. I even saw a link on our YouTube channel where you did a little post that you're giving it away. So make sure you can't win unless you don't enter.
And the last question I'll answer from Rock Doc, he says, how do you paint around a ceiling fan? So I've been known to paint around ceiling fans 2 stories and 3 stories high by using a gooseneck brush. Put a gooseneck brush on an extension pole, and a gooseneck brush will screw on an extension pole, and it'll bend and adapt to whatever shape you want. And I've cut in.
That's called a steady hand.
Around a ceiling fan 3 stories up, standing on a ladder. There was one time we rented a scaffolding, set it up to reach that ceiling fan, and I was like, I'll never do that again, because what a pain in the neck it was. And I finally discovered the gooseneck brush. And if you don't know what it is, go look it up on Paint Life Supply Co. I'm telling you, it's a tool you have to have in your vehicle. Every professional painter needs one, because it's going to get you out of tight places. It's going to get you a pickle. And that's one of those places where you need a painter with skills that can cut in. And that's my valuable guy, that 2 stories from an extension pole and a ladder can control a brush around a ceiling fan. So I don't have to rent scaffolding, set up scaffolding, tear down scaffolding. So brush guy, there still is value for you out there. Yeah. Get a gooseneck.
Get a gooseneck.
Anyways, we're gonna get going.
Thank you for being with us tonight.
I gotta go work out, and fitness for painters. Be stronger, paint longer. I always preach it. Check us out. Our fitness on Fitness Fridays, where I show you what Luke and I do on our spare time. Anyways, we're out. Go check us out, PaintLifeSupply.com.
Thank you for being with us.